Welcome to another episode on TRICKFACTORY Customs. We're currently working on a Mercedes 190e EVO 1 widebody project, and you can check out the previous episodes in the video description below. In the last episode, we worked on mounting and fitting the widebody kit to the 190e, and in this episode, we're still working on getting the body panels refitted and blended perfectly to the 190e body, making some new panels, and getting the kit ready for primer because it didn't fit well from the factory. And here at TRICKFACTORY Customs, we always go the extra kilometer to ensure all our work is as perfect as possible. So with that said, let's catch up with the guys to see what they're working on.
Just sharpening up the body line on this fender molding, making it crispy. Because I got to body work the wheel arch flare to the edge here just so it wraps around and sits flush. Because there's a big gap from factory. Yeah, it was shit when the kit came, so we were just trying to make it match the OEM door moldings and have everything line up straight.
So you're done with the other side then?
No, I'm just starting this side. Well, I started both sides, but now I'm just that final finesse. I'm just trying to block in. Just trying to see whether, you know, I'm going to be building up on the flare or this thing, but most likely building up on the flare here.
Yeah, sweet. And what are you up to today?
I'm getting this bumper to fit properly against the quarter panel gap. I'll make this all nice and tight and proper. Fitted for one last time. We have this all solid mounted now.
Nice.
I'll be installing the flares and making sure that they fit properly to this extension on the bumper. And also making sure that we get it fitted down here to the rocker panel. There's a lot of modifications we're gonna have to do these rockers to make it fit properly in the way we want it to fit. And then also these flare extensions for the doors. We need to make these fit properly with the, and make the gap nice in between this and the flare itself. Awesome. A lot of work to do. The backside, like nice, make it nice, like
thick,
flat, just thicker, and then we'll fill these holes. And then we'll screw it in again one more time, and then do the thread inserts. Just getting rid of some of these factory decals that are on here. So get ready to start prepping the quarter panels for paint and primer.
Sweet. For?
It's just to scribe a consistent line. Using the vice grips just to hold this together so it doesn't actually flex apart while I'm trying to press it against this edge. So tedious because you can easily over grind the edge and then you're creating way more work for yourself.
How do you make sure that you don't over grind the edge?
On, off, on, off. Yeah, I mean the scribe didn't really work because I'm trying to create such a small gap between the car and the bumper itself that the scribe didn't actually work. So I'm just using tape and eye and just referencing what I can visually see and just do a little bit at a time until it looks perfect. See how like it's wider here, like
Yeah.
So like it's okay, but like this line here, let's make that like
That's gotta be consistent. Yeah.
And then this can actually have a taper in it.
Yeah, because this has a roll kind of off the flare too.
Yeah. That'll be nice to do.
You apply tape over there
because this is on the skirt. This is the factory jack point using the factory jack setup. There's usually like kind of like a toe hook cover thing here, and we're gonna eliminate that because it's race car stuff. We're not going to use the factory jack point. So I gotta fill all this with glass, fiberglass, and just smooth it all out. Just eliminate the hole. Just finessing panel gaps, like right here. This is the flare for right here on the passenger side. So I glassed up the edge so that once it's all mounted up, that it will sit nicely to that lower fender molding. Yeah, just dialing and fitting right now. Once the kit's good to go, then we can start the rest of the body work, right? Sweet.
So you're just working on, what is that? That's the transition down here into the rocker panel that you're working on right now. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I love this little shape that you created right here. That looks beautiful. And that whole transition into the rocker panel from the back moving forward, down going, you know, top going down, that required a little bit of work, didn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's looking good though. We're quite a bit closer to getting into at least a primered state. That'll be closer. Closer. Spencer, how you doing, pal?
Gonna make some plates for the threaded inserts.
Yeah. So this plate with the threaded insert, that's gonna get bonded into the fiberglass from behind?
Yeah, on the bumper molding, and then sandwich it all together.
So instead of using something typical that you see a lot, like drywall screws or any kind of coarse thread wood screw, we use a threaded insert and machine screw properly. Exactly. Proper bolt.
Proper
Nice,
hardware.
nice. And then the actual material itself spreads the load out in behind the fiberglass to stop it from ever, you know, moving around, cracking. That's a good idea.
Then that would give you a little bit more height just for this thread insert to not overhang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It looks kind of
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But I tried to keep it in there.
It almost doesn't matter with this though. Because that's all metal. This is fiberglass. Like this, even though that the edge distance from the center of your hole to the edge of this is so small, it's still really, really strong. Because the strength is not only in this, but it's also in this. Because this isn't just like a, I don't know, like the actual wall structure of this is going to provide some strength into that as well. So if I were you, I wouldn't try to overcomplicate that. I would just use what you got because it exists, it looks good, and it's going to look great behind there. Put the threaded insert in, and then you could even go so far as to remove the slight overhang of the threaded insert from that sheet metal edge itself, just to sort of blend it out, make it look really nice.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because it's gonna look good.
Okay. Alright.
And it's gonna work perfectly.
Once again, overthinking.
Because it's a unique challenge that we've probably never really been faced with before, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, live and learn. I mean, this whole thing is not gonna lend itself to every situation. Like,
no,
it works.
Yeah.
It works here in this situation. Maybe not another one.
Yeah, exactly.
So, never hurts to question, right?
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
It's good, man. Looks great.
The original kit was just screws tapped into
Oh,
the
that's
glass,
funny.
so
That's bad.
yeah, it's that. So even after we test fitting a couple times, like it was It was fun. So.
Yeah. Sweet.
We had to do I guess you can call it a relief cut, just to sink the panel into the car more, so it's fitting flush, a lot more flush with the door molding.
This is the first time that it's down.
Yeah, first time with the kit on, the wheels on, seeing it at like regular eye level. Usually when we're working on a car, it's, you know, like putting a bit off the ground, so you can't really see the proportion. There it gives you perspective.
Oh my gosh.
That's a rear tire off my car.
Well, what sizes are those?
305, 30, 20, 18.
So is that what's gonna go on the car?
13. No, that won't fit here. But it just makes you remember how big we actually put on the back of mine.
What are you talking about, man? It's perfect.
No, that's too big.
No, that's the right size boot for the back of this.
It'll never go in there.
750 horsepower?
No,
You need that.
Not for this car. You got like, it's just like sitting on body kit.
It looks mint. Have we done a test to see how they fit on the SL brakes yet?
17 probably won't fit. It has to be an 18.
Oh, it is already lowered?
Lowered, yeah. Probably like what, an inch?
Yeah, 2019.
Well, probably an inch. Usually it's an inch. But this one's going on air, so.
Oh, this is getting air right?
Yeah.
This car is like, you can tell it's like homologation race car.
So what do you think, Brett?
Looks good. I want to see the factory style EVO wheels on the side. The 5-star.
Oh yeah.
Maybe like a modern version of that would look amazing.
What else is left? At least on this side.
The back end is basically, I'd say 90% done from the back door back. Now, next week we'll focus on the front end. We gotta mold the front lip, the bumper, and a couple more bumper modifications to make it fit perfectly. And then refining the rest of that kit up front. Probably next week this thing should be in primer.
They made all new brackets and everything. So there's been a time in the re-ing it. Now we're gonna make this kit
Oh,
based off of this.
Oh, that's sick.